Hey Alex, this is a video on the treadmill I was mentioning to you. It is a Precor 956i. Everything seems to be working just fine on it. I've got the unit on now. I've got the cover off of it, just kind of checked all the wiring, checked the motor itself, make sure everything was quiet, make sure everything was running okay. This on the right hand side is a amp meter. And what an amp meter does is it'll tell me how much life there is, or I'm sorry, not how much life, but how much friction there is between my walking belt and walking surface. And that's the belt and deck here that you actually run on. As it's clipped on now, nobody's walking on it, nobody's on it at all. And it's giving me an amp reading of an average of about 2 amps. And what the 2 amps tell me is that the voltage I'm getting from the electricity to the motor itself, the motor is pulling 2 amps. This is a 20 amp treadmill, so 2 amps is fantastic. The motor brushes that are inside of the motor itself will pull higher amperage if they're worn out. And those are the motor brushes that are underneath that black cover on the motor itself. And now when I walk on the treadmill, then that's when we get a higher amp draw showing how much friction or how much current it's going to take to run the user's weight. And I tested it out at about 4 miles an hour, and I've got it at 4 miles an hour now with no incline whatsoever. So I'm going to reset the camera, I'm going to put it onto the amp meter, and then walk on it at 4 miles an hour. Alright, so walking at the speed of 4 miles an hour and my weight at 230 pounds, no incline whatsoever. Looks like we got a max at 10 amps, and that was probably when I first stepped on it and got the amp draw a little bit higher. You still got a lot more life left into the treadmill. Alright, onto the cosmetics. Cosmetic wise, I see that there's a little bit of chipping on the sides, which is a black, looks like just black aluminum that's there. Looks like they have aftermarket screws on them. The screws should be flush just like those, and they've got a few screws that are up onto the side panels. Those just hold the side caps on. No function of those besides just holding on the caps. Side view, everything looks clean. No chips, no breaks. Got a few scratches. Looks like they tried to go through a tight door, but that easily touched up. We would definitely clean this for you. We would definitely vacuum out the motor controller, the belly pan, blow out all that dust that's there, the serial number of the unit. Alright, now to the upper display. The cool thing about the 956i's, or even all the Precor units, is they have an odometer inside of them. And by pulling up the odometer on them, and the running odometer will tell us the miles that we have on this from out of the box. The odometer we have on here is 2,000 miles, which is nothing for a treadmill this caliber. The hours we have on there, 663 hours, also very, very low. Software version tells me the upper and lower software version, just so if I need to replace any electronics, I have the software version. Error logs on the unit, there are no errors whatsoever. The upper computer and the lower computer talk to itself with a data cable. if there's an error on either board, whether the unit's running too fast or not running fast enough, amp draws too high, or something goes wrong, the upper display will kick up an error, just like a vehicle will kick up a check engine light. Same thing. This one doesn't have any errors on it. Serial number tells me the serial number of the unit, and then back to the upper display. So it looks good, looks great, looks in great working order. Let me know. Just a quick note that these treadmills have the capability of pulling higher amps than other appliances. This is a 120/20 20 amp plug, which they call a NEMA plug, and it is recommended by the manufacturer that this is plugged into a plug with the 20 amp breaker, and also a plug that is capable to take in this NEMA plug. We'll selling you. If you got any questions on it, if there's something else you'd like to see in this video, let me know. Thanks.